Alright, here are the solutions for your study guide. Match the notation with the term that best describes it. If we look right here, the center, number 1, D. Notice that this is D right here, and D is the point of tangency, because it is where the line outside the tangent hits the circle. Number 2, FH. We see FH is the tangent that is on the inside of the two circles, so it is G, the internal tangent. CD. CD is the segment that is halfway across the circle, which is the radius. Number 4, AB. Line segment AB. This cuts across the circle, the segment across the circle, which is the chord. C. We see C. Point C is in the center. AD is the line segment that goes all the way across the circle. It is the diameter. AB, the line AB, goes all the way through the circle. Going all the way through the circle is the secant. And DE, DE is the tangent on the outside of the two circles, so that is the external tangent. I will look right here. Number 1, we're going to find MRP. So I'm going to try to find MRP. So I got to find PQ first. So I know this is the diameter, makes 180 degrees. And so I know that 70 plus 30 is 100. So then I just say 100 minus from 180 is 80. Now this is 80. I know this whole side, a semicircle, is also 180. So 180 plus 80 is 260. Measure of TU. Well, I know that these two chords are congruent, so that means that the arcs must also be, the minor arcs must also be congruent. So this is 85, then this is also 85. TU is 85. And we also know that the central angle is 85, so the arc is 85. Measure of XY. Again, we know that the chords are congruent, so therefore the minor arcs are also congruent. So we know if this side is 105, then XY is also 105. Alright, right here we're going to have to use the Pythagorean theorem to find the missing side. Right here we know we're missing the hypotenuse. So I use a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So I'm given a and b, so I got 45 squared plus 108 squared equals c squared. 45 squared is 2,025. 108 squared is 11,666. Add those two together, I get 13,689. Take the square root, c equals 117, or x equals 117. The next one, do the Pythagorean theorem again, but this time instead of missing c, I'm missing a. So I say a squared plus 96 squared equals 100 squared. 96 squared is 9,216. 100 squared is 10,000. I subtract 9,216 from 10,000, I get 784. Square root of 784 is 28, which is x. Alright. Next, I know that these two lines on the segment are congruent. So I'm going to say 3x is equal to x plus 12. I subtract the x from both sides. I get 2x equals 12. Divide by 2. X equals 6. Then I take 6. Because I know x is 6, I'll plug it into either one of them. Doesn't matter. 6 times 3 is 18. Alright, right here on the next one. Again, we know that these two segments own two tangents right here to make the angle are congruent. So I got 5x minus 4 equals 2x plus 2. Subtract 2x from both sides. I get 3x minus 4 equals 2. Add 4, I get 6. Divide by 3, I get 2. So then I take 2, I plug it back into either one of them. 5 times 2 is 10, minus 4 is 6. Alright, and the last one here, we got to use the Pythagorean theorem. We're trying to find YZ. So right here what I did is I know that a radius, this is the radius, is 28 and 12, which gives me 40. I know all the radiuses are the same length from the center. So I know that the hypotenuse here is also going to be 40. So I can use the Pythagorean theorem I use, and I know that's my hypotenuse. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. A squared plus 12 squared, because that's one of my legs, equals 40 squared. 12 squared is 144. 40 squared is 1600. Subtract 144 from both sides, I get 1456. Head square of that, I get approximately 38.2. So that is just my halfway across, so then I add 38.2 plus 38.2, and I get 76.4 miles.